that these people are doing something that you disapprove of. But here's 8 pages of coverage. So, according to the Daily Mail, that is far and away the most important thing happening in this country at the moment. It's a television programme on Thursday featuring 2 people that they claim don't deserve your attention or affection. 8 pages. 8 pages without mentioning the rail strike, without mentioning the food supply threats, without mentioning GPs, without mentioning the NHS. I mean, it's actually breathtaking. It might be 7 pages. I seem to have torn one of them out, probably in a fit of fury. So that's not up for debate, is it? Why do they keep writing about these people that they hold in such low regard? Why don't they just ignore them? Because you see the phrase is attention-seeking. They're attention-seeking parasites. Here's 8 pages of undiluted attention. You can see that that's insane, right? Even if you've got a really bad case of the four-lot tuggers.
Today's conversation is an important one, not just for supporters of Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, but for anyone who genuinely cares about truth, fairness, and the role the media is supposed to play in a democratic society. Because what we are witnessing in the ongoing treatment of Harry and Meghan is not normal criticism. It is not accountability. It is not journalism. It is something far darker and far more coordinated. What James O'Brien recently did was cut straight through the noise. He named something many people have felt but struggled to articulate, that the sustained bullying of Harry and Meghan by large sections of the British right-wing press is a national embarrassment. Not because of anything the Sussexes have done, but because of what the media has become in pursuit of them. He exposed the ecosystem for what it truly is. Not a news industry, not a public service, but a hate-driven business model. This system doesn't exist to inform you. It doesn't exist to give you context or nuance. It exists to make you angry. Because anger sells, hatred sells. And Harry and Meghan have been turned into products inside that machine. Let's be honest about how this works. When Harry and Meghan speak, they're accused of complaining. When they stay silent, they're accused of hiding something. When they succeed, they're labelled attention seekers. When they struggle, they're painted as weak. No matter what they do, the goalposts move. That's not coincidence. That's design. James O'Brien exposed the double standards that rarely get acknowledged. Other royals are granted privacy when they ask for it. Harry and Meghan are punished for demanding the same. Other public figures are allowed to evolve, to learn, to grow. Harry and Meghan are frozen in time, endlessly judged for not playing along with a script they never wrote. And then comes the most uncomfortable truth of all. The cruelty is the point. Headlines are not written to inform, they are written to inflame. Stories are not framed to educate, they are framed to provoke outrage. Comment sections are left unmoderated not because of oversight, but because abuse drives engagement. Clicks mean money, and cruelty has become profitable. This is how bullying gets laundered into opinion. This is how harassment gets repackaged as criticism. This is how an entire nation is conditioned to accept cruelty as entertainment. History has already shown us where unchecked media hostility leads. Yet instead of learning from it, parts of the press doubled down, targeting Harry and Meghan for speaking about mental health, racism, personal safety, and institutional failure. James O'Brien was clear. Calling this out is not radical. It is not anti-British. It is not anti-monarchy. It is pro-decency. When you strip away the screaming headlines and actually examine what happened, what remains is deeply disturbing. A coordinated effort by sections of the media to turn 2 people into villains simply for stepping away from an outdated system. This wasn't reporting. It was character assassination. The right-wing tabloids didn't just cover Harry and Meghan, they constructed an entire narrative designed to make the public despise them. Every charitable act was reframed as hypocrisy. Every boundary was labelled secrecy. Every statement was weaponized. The goal was never to inform. The goal was to lead readers toward a predetermined conclusion. And the bullying was relentless, mean-spirited, dehumanizing. It extended beyond Harry and Meghan to their relatives, to their children, people who never asked for public attention and certainly never deserved to be dragged into it. This wasn't journalism. It was a choreographed assault. Sensationalize, amplify, repeat, escalate. Watch the lie spread until it becomes accepted truth. What's most disturbing isn't that it happened, it's that so many allowed it. Treated humiliation as entertainment, confused cruelty for accountability. Certain newspaper empires revealed exactly what they are: profit machines that feed on outrage. Sensationalism isn't a side effect, it is the business model. They know that a population kept in constant anger keeps clicking, keeps buying, keeps consuming. Why report carefully when rage is more profitable than truth? Why offer nuance when fury generates more revenue? This isn't journalism. It's a protection racket, a bullying machine dressed up as democratic scrutiny. And the damage goes far beyond Harry and Meghan. When newspapers normalize harassment, they send a message that cruelty is acceptable, that targeting people for being different is fair game, that decency is optional, and that poison spreads into online spaces, into politics, into everyday life. The press didn't just attack the Sussexes, they eroded public trust in journalism itself. The invasions were real. Paparazzi climbing walls, fake friends selling stories, private medical details published, children dragged into headlines. All while their desire for privacy was twisted into proof of arrogance. The psychological toll was immense anxiety, isolation, fear, until staying in the UK was no longer safe. A young family was forced to leave their own country just to survive. And when media outlets abandon verification, fairness and proportionality, they don't just harm individuals, they threaten democracy. Because a free press only works when it is accountable to truth. What happened to Harry and Meghan is a warning of how media power can be weaponized. And the path forward starts with us. We must demand better. We must support ethical journalism. We must question narratives instead of swallowing them. We must refuse to participate in outrage economies designed to keep us divided and distracted. This isn't about agreeing with everything the Sussexes do. It's about rejecting coordinated cruelty, masquerading as reporting. And if you believe truth still matters, if you believe fairness still matters, then voices like this one must be supported. So, if you value independent, honest discussion about Harry and Meghan, make sure you subscribe to the Sussex Insights, turn on notifications, and join a growing community that refuses to be manipulated by manufactured outrage. Because when we support truth, the machine of hate begins to lose its power.